Okay, so remember the judge and the fire chief in Utah? Yes, we have a little update. Not much, but it's a little bit, and we'll see what we got going on. Mostly first appearances, getting kind of the beginning stuff out of the way. Also, I'd like to note that 93% of people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. You got your phone in your hand, you got your computer, all I gotta do is click the button, and I'll let it go. I know people hate it when I do that, so I'm gonna try to remember to do it 3 times. But we have a couple videos and a little wrap up at the end, and this will probably be, I don't know, hopefully 10 minutes or less, and here we are.
Turning now to the former Tremonton Fire Department chief, accused of several child sex crimes. He made his first appearance in court this morning, where the judge recused himself from the case. As Ned Brady Hansen waits for his trial, the city of Tremonton is getting ready to hire his replacement now. ABC4's Northern Utah correspondent Kate Garner has more.
The mayor tells me the city has a handful of candidates who are being vetted for the position right now. Even so, some community members worry that it'll take time to build back their trust.
And a lot of people use the phrase, like, you don't know what's happening in your backyard. You don't know what's happening in your backyard.
Latoya Rivera's backyard looks out onto Tremonton City Hall.
The kids don't really play so much in the backyard no more. It's more just so in the front until we could get fenced in and stuff. So we kind of gotta take extra measures, because if you can't trust your fire chief, then who can you really trust in your community,
Exactly. And it's sad that this is what it has come to. You can't trust the fire chief. You can't trust the judges. You can't trust most lawyers, attorneys, esquires, or whatever they want to call themselves. Law enforcement has proved they're a complete dumpster fire. I'm just saying, who can you trust these days? Particularly when it comes to your children. You want me to tell you how many people I trust? I trust me and my husband. And of course, our family, but that is it. Outside of that, I mean, that's not completely true. We have some close friends, but no, other than that, that is absolutely it.
Lyle Holmgren hopes people can trust the city.
People in prominent positions in the city, that they are vetted as we hire them, and we will do our part to make sure we've done everything we can.
Former Fire Chief Ned Brady Hansen made his first court appearance today. He is facing 8 counts of sexual exploitation of a minor after allegedly sending child sex abuse material on the app Kik.
I just want to know, how my kids are going to be safe, how my kids are going to feel safe after this, how I'm going to feel safe for my kids after this, how our whole community, I'm sure, is distraught over it.
The mayor says the city will be holding final interviews on Thursday to fill the fire chief position. The city will also provide mental health resources to the police and fire departments.
So they can come in and they can sort of talk this out.
And will declare the month of April as Child Sexual Abuse Awareness Month.
With that, we can bring all this into the open and talk about ways that we can prevent abuse of any kind.
Hansen's hearing today was continued to March 20th. Reporting from Tremonton, Kate Garner, ABC4 News.
Thank you, Cabe. Okay, so we got that one. We'll go to this one.
A former judge and ex-fire chief in Utah accused of child sex crimes could now be facing federal charges. It is our top story tonight on 2 News at 6. I'm Heidi Hatch.
And I'm Mark Cabell. 2 criminal defense lawyers said today as co-defendants, Kevin Christensen and Ned Brady Hansen, are just hours away from court proceedings. Brian Malahy live outside the federal court in Salt Lake. And Brian, right now this is only a state case, right?
That is correct, but we are asking about possible federal charges. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Salt Lake City says it can't comment on investigations. The DOJ says, though, in cases like this, the accused can be prosecuted by both the state.
Also, that's their audio, not my audio.
And the feds.
The punishment is higher in the federal system for these type of offenses.
Criminal defense lawyer Clayton Sims. Would you would not be surprised if there are additional charges here?
No. That's my guess is that's what's delaying the federal indictment. They're fully investigating.
Another defense attorney, Catherine Cleveland, agreed today there could be federal charges. Among other things, the ex-judge is accused of sex chats with a person who said she was a 13-year-old female child and another who identified as a 16-year-old female, in which it's alleged nude images were shared. On the date charges were filed, both minors were unknown to law enforcement. Also in the court docs, Sims is struck by what Christensen, a veteran judge, reportedly did after being read his Miranda rights.
Let's remember, you don't have to be the brightest to be in these positions. I'm just throwing this out there.
He, sort of tattletaled on himself. He snitched on himself. It's very odd that he was presented with questioning and that he answered the questions.
Sims says that's not what they teach you in law school. We don't.
No, they teach you to keep your mouth shut. And this is a judge. I mean, I'm guessing he has an attorney, but damn, he's the judge. Keep your mouth shut.
What brought the ex-judge and the ex-fire chief to have a alleged shared criminal interest? They face multiple accusations, but right now, neither is charged with physical sexual contact with kids. Live at the federal courthouse in Salt Lake, Brian Maley, KUTV 2 News.
Thank you, Brian. So this is for photos. Don't go somewhere else. "16-year-old female." We've already seen these. I don't understand. Anyway. And then we have this. Former Tremonton fire chief and 1st District judge make appearance in court. There's no help for people like that. Sorry. There is zero help for people like, no rehabilitation for people like that. They can burn in hell, and we could help them get there. Anyway. Former Tremonton Fire Chief Ned Brady Hansen and former 1st District Justice Court Judge Kevin Christensen appeared in court on Thursday to hear their charges involving, you know how YouTube is, I'll point it out, I won't say it. Formerly read. Both criminal cases have been moved from the Brigham City District Court to Ogden after judges in Brigham City recused themselves because of their professional connection with Christensen. Christensen, 64, shuffled in for his first appearance, never looking through his wire-framed glasses at the packed gallery and reporters lining the aisles with cameras pointing at him. He was shackled at his hands and feet, wearing the faded blue and gray stripes of his Davis County Jail uniform, accompanied by his lawyer, Ryan Bushell. The hearing was a simple reading of information about the charges against Christensen stemming from a November 2024 investigation. His charges: 2 counts of inciting a minor, 3 counts of attempted of a minor, both second-degree felonies, 2 counts of dealing in materials harmful to minors, and 1 count of obstruction of justice, all third-degree felonies. Christian spoke only to say he understood the charges and to thank the judge. The 5 second-degree felonies, according to Judge Joseph Bean, each carry a sentencing range of 1 to 15 years in prison and up to $10,000 in fines. The 3 third-degree felonies each have a potential sentence of 0 to 5 years in prison and $0 to $5,000 in fines. Christensen's next hearing is set for April 24th. He is being held without bail. Tremonton Fire Chief Ned Brady Hansen, 54, was charged with 8 counts of aggravated of a minor, a first-degree felony. His first appearance in court Monday. He first appeared in court Monday, where his attorney asked for a hearing with his assigned judge on Thursday to address bail. Hansen, who is being held at the Weber County Jail, looked attentive and wide-eyed across the courtroom. The former fire chief's defense team requested he be released on bail. He's been a firefighter in the community, Hansen's defense attorney Shannon Demler said. He's been employed here. He owns his own house. He has substantial equity in the house. He has a wife and 2 daughters in the area, Demler said, arguing he is not a flight risk. He might not be a flight risk, but let's not forget, him and this judge talked about what we already know the charges are, but not only that, if you remember the last video or two that I did, talked about sharing their extended family, the children in their extended family with each other. No, absolutely not. Not only that, but these fuckers should be under the damn jail. How about we do that? Carl Holman with the Utah Attorney General's office said they filed a warrant for arrest instead of a summons because of the highly disturbing and dangerous alleged in this case, arguing against bail. Due to the evidence supporting the charges, Bean denied the request for bail. Hansen was scheduled for another hearing on May 1st. His family rushed out of the room in tears. His family, I can't even fathom that the family would even be there to, I get it, their charges, but they're on these apps. They know it's these two on these apps talking like this. And I'm just completely confused. Anyway, Hansen appeared before Christensen in his former role as a judge in January. Prosecutors asked the then judge to keep him in custody without bail before official charges had been filed. A request Christensen denied, ruling Hansen could be released at that point. Investigators had not connected the two men. A booking affidavit for Christensen said he did not disclose during that hearing that he and Hansen had sent sexually charged chats to each other, something the officers believe affected his decision to release Hansen. An investigation into Hansen's behavior began in November after law enforcement connected him to an account on an app that had distributed material. Charging documents said. Later, police discovered chats between Hansen and Christensen where Hansen expressed interest in and offered to share the children with Hansen, charges said. The document said Christensen offered to share pictures of children he knew with Hansen and that the two were involved in a sexual relationship together. And the family's there, and they're crying, and they want, please, no, not only not release it. I got to be careful because YouTube is going to strike this if I keep running my mouth. Anyway, we're going to follow this one. We're going to see where it goes. I think April or May we'll probably have another. Probably not much will be decided between now and then. Anyway, let me know what you think about these two degenerates in the comment. Like, share, subscribe. Also, again, 93% of people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. If you're at your computer, you got your phone in your hand, all you gotta do is click the button. I'll stop the harassment. Let me know what you think about this one, and I'm out.